Welcome to my live children's book review. Today is Thursday, and as usual, I am delighted to talk about a beautiful African story. And can you guess the book I want to talk about today? Okay, I'll give you a clue. It is a picture book published in 2019, and it has an amazing feature. Can you guess again? It is a bilingual story. Whoo! So a bilingual story, it is written in English and in Igbo. And funnily enough, the author is a Yoruba from the western part of Nigeria. So she wrote this book in English, and another person from the eastern part of Nigeria translated it in Igbo. So we have this book in English and in Igbo together, a bilingual story. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you today's book. Ta-da! Check it out. Why do you wash your hands? Gini mere iji akwa aka gị by Olubumi Talabi. I love this book. I said earlier it is a picture book. I will tell everything about this book. Let's start with the shape. I like the shape. Being a picture book, I love how it's not too small and it's not too big. I love the shape. Yeah, I love books like this. I love the shape. I also love the artistic impression. I love the pictures. Being children's story or being a storybook for children, children are naturally attracted by pictures of um, objects around them or even people around them. And this book has it. So the cover page has a picture of a woman, um, a little girl, and a baby boy. That is perfect. A child will want to know, what is mommy doing? What is that little girl doing? And what is the baby doing? The girl is on braids, the black girl as usual, and then the baby is on a short hair, baby boy. So this is the picture illustration or the picture on the cover page. And if you look at it, is the title is actually in Igbo, Gini Mere Iji Akwa Aka Gị. So the book started with the Igbo, and in the middle you are going to see the English version. Why do you wash your hands? So let's talk about the back page. The back page has the description of the book, this time in Igbo. Everything at the back of this book is Igbo. But as I said earlier, so this is the English version. Why do you wash your hands? This is the English and this is the Igbo. So let's talk about this book. The book has 50 pages. You're wondering, 50? Yeah, don't be scared. It has 50 pages, but it's not voluminous. It has more of pictures. The pictures are just so many and a few write-ups. I told you it's a picture book, so you should expect more pictures. In fact, I am going to show you. So look at this whole page, a whole page covered with pictures and a little write-up up here. And this other page, pictures, pictures, pictures everywhere. This book has lots of pictures and just a little write up for the children. So this is it. Pictures, pictures, pictures. I can count the number of words in this book, but the pictures are just too many. So it's a picture book, and I recommend this book for children ages 2 to 7. So if you're looking for a picture book for a toddler, your baby, go for this. This is a picture book, and since it has two languages, it will help you to teach your child English and teach your child the mother tongue or your language too. There is this scene on this book that you teach your child, you point to the object, tell your child the name in English, tell also the name in your local language. So this book actually plays a dual role. It helps you read to your child. It also helps you to teach your child your local language. So what is the book all about? Like the name entails, why do you wash your hands? This book is about hygiene. This book teaches children the importance of hygiene, the importance of being clean. And The book concentrated on hand washing. Do you know that hand washing is one of the um, easiest way to keep clean, but a lot of people overlook it. So this book highlighted several instances or scenes where we need to wash our hands so that we can be clean. This time, children are the focus. Children are the people in question. Places, instances where children should wash your hand and why they should wash their hands. The book started with, okay, after playing, what should you do? Wash your hands. Before eating, what should you do? Wash your hands. After using the toilet, what should you do? Wash your hands. What again? After touching a wound, what should you do? Wash your hand. Now, this book pointed this particular scene that even as an adult, I've never given a thought to that. That um, before you carry a baby, it is very important that you wash hands. Yeah, I know it's good to wash hands often, but this aspect of carrying a baby, I didn't really think it much. But this book has re-emphasized it and I pick it. So it is good to wash your hands before eating, after playing, after using the toilet, after touching a wound, and even before carrying a baby. So it is very interesting. So the book teaches children that it is good to wash their hands. They should not get tired or never get tired of washing their hand. And what do they need if they want to wash their hands? They don't even need much, just soap and water. So it brings me to another point. This book teaches what is soap called in Igbo, what is water called in Igbo, what does it mean to wash in Igbo, and what does it mean to rinse, and what does it mean to clean. So I think I'm going to do this. So um Igbo, water means miri in Igbo, soap means ncha in Igbo. Yeah, this is water again, miri. To wash means sapo in Igbo. Then rinse, nyachapo, and to wipe is hichapo. Did you see the order? So you start with, okay, so what does this mean? You teach your child water in Igbo, teach your child rinsing in Igbo, teach your child washing in Igbo, and teach your child rinsing and drying up. This is really good. I am enjoying this book. There is even a song at the end that will help your child to remember this hand washing exercise. So you wash, you clean, you dry, and then you do all of that. I love this book. So, oh, do let me know where you're joining from. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining. So, this is my book review, Gini Merija Kwakagi. Why Do You Wash Your Hands by Olubumi Talabi. I said that this book is for babies, is for children ages 2 to 7 years old. You read the book for your child, read this book for your child, use it to teach your child hygiene, and then you use this book also to teach your child your local language if you are an Igbo. And what if you're not an Igbo? You can also learn using this book because it's just introductory part of the language. It's not deep, just it's names of objects in Igbo language. So that is it. So let's go to the English version. I've been on the Igbo version all along. So for the English version, it's just the same thing, but this time all the things written in Igbo are now written in English. So these are different things. So another interesting thing about this book is book has lots of pictures, and each of the picture is like a scene where a child and a mother is washing their hands. I love this scene. Instead of just saying wash your hands when you do this, the author made sure that he created a scene where a parent or a mother is washing hands with the child, or where the child is washing hands. Okay, which is very good. So this is a picture of a child after using the toilet. That's the child washing her hands. There is also another scene. This is a mother and the daughter in the kitchen right before they start cooking they are washing their hands. This is a thing I didn't remember to mention. So after using the toilet, before cooking, before handling anything food, make sure you wash your hands. Okay, this is another thing. Good. I also did mention after touching pets. This is another thing, and I love this. Okay, so this is it. A child just finished touching the pet, and the boy is washing his hands. Can you see that pet there? Yeah. And this is another scene. Two children playing, and after playing, what are they going to do? Wash, 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 wash their hands. Ooh, this is amazing. Why am I even enjoying this book more than babies? So another thing, after sneezing, it is also important to wash hands. That is that boy after sneezing, that is him sneezing, and that is him washing his hands. Very important. And after changing a baby's diaper or nappy, it is also important to wash hands. So the book has so many scenes, and each of those scenes, it's narrated why it is important for your child to wash his or her hand, and pictures of babies or children washing their hands, which means that hand washing is very important, very simple, but very, very important. I wish a lot of people know the importance of this hand wash. It will save a lot of us. So here comes another beautiful picture of cleaning. This daddy and the kids, they were picking the trashes on the floor. And after doing that, what are they doing? Hand washing. What about shaking? After shaking someone, it is also important to wash your hand. So this book teaches hygiene in a very beautiful and simple way, that it is important to wash hands. Hand washing is a very simple exercise that can save not just children, even adults alone. And since the book highlighted instances where hand washing is very important, and using a picture, it sticks to the mind more. You remember those things. Like I've not forgotten the child that after playing with a pet had to go and wash his hand, and that baby aspect. Before carrying a baby, make sure you wash your hand. What about after playing, after picking the trash? Make sure you wash your hand. And before cooking, yeah, make sure you wash your hands. What about shaking? After shaking someone, keep washing, keep washing, keep washing. I love this book, everything about this book. So, published in 2009. This time, not just children, but even adults to learn the importance of hand wash and hygiene. It is a very simple book, and it is a very beautiful book. Do you have any question concerning this book? Um, do you want to tell me any? Thank you for joining. I truly appreciate this. And to let you know, this is the first bilingual storybook in my collection, and I love it. I wish to get more bilingual stories in my collection, and this is the first one. And each one I get, I'll make sure to talk to you about it. So if you're looking for a book that will help you to teach your child um, hand washing or hygiene, the importance of hygiene, please go for this. You talk less, the book will tell your child more using the pictures, like I said earlier. The book will also help you to teach your child two languages, English and then the Igbo. The Igbo language there is not the deep language, just the introductory aspect of the language. Names of objects in the house like soap, water, wash. So don't be scared if you're not from the eastern part of the country and you don't know how to speak Igbo. No problem. You can actually do this effortlessly using the pictures in this book. All right. So that is it about this book. Have I learned something from this book? Sure, a good number of things. Even as an adult, know the importance of hand wash, but this book highlighted some things, like I said earlier, that didn't really occur to me. Like before carrying a baby, make sure you wash your hands. After shaking hands with someone, make sure you wash your hands. After sneezing, make sure you wash your hands. Even as an adult, I'm learning this and I love it. if I'm learning something new from a storybook, a picture book for children, what about children? Children have a lot to learn from this book. Do you remember the title? Gini Mere Ija Kwakake. Why do you wash your hands by Olubumi Talabi? Is there anything you would like to know about this book? Here is one more thing. Um, Before the last page, there are other titles written by the author that are featured in this book. This is an aspect that I'd love to talk about too. You know, the goal is to help your child develop love for reading. Now we had read this interesting book. Why do you wash your hands? Do we just close the book? How do we arouse the child's curiosity or the interest? How do we keep the interest burning or the zeal to meet another book? How do we keep that good? So this book has the answer. Before the last page, the book contains other titles by the same author. So how do you use this? After reading this book, with your child, you can now move to this last page and tell your child. So, this is not the only book written by the author. The author has written more books, and these books are very interesting. For instance, we have Cobb the Antelope. We also have Toby Visit the Conservatory. Introduce all these other books written by the author, and do you know your child will want to know, okay, I've read this, I would love us to look at the second one, I would like us to read this, I would like us to read that. So the zeal is not just dropping, or the eagerness will not drop. You are still burning it. It's burning more like you're keeping the fire burning by telling the child what to anticipate more. If you do this, your child will not just want to read one more. Your child will want you to give or bring another book so that he or she will learn more from. The goal is to raise a child who will love books or who will love to read, who will grow up to become a bookworm. And these are little things you can do to do all of that. After reading, don't just say the end. No, anticipate, let your child anticipate more books. And with this picture here, a picture that contains 6 other titles from the same author, quickly introduce these other titles to your child and try to um, imagine what is in the new books. The child will really want to know what is in the new book. Even if you don't end up getting specifically those ones there, bringing up another book will not be bad. But the goal is let it not die. Let the passion, let the zeal, let it be there. That after reading a particular book, another book is on the way. Your child should expect that. Okay. The author did a good one. After reading, don't just say the end. Come here and tell your child, yeah, we have finished this, but there are more books. Which of them would you want to read again? And sincerely, I have one of them. I have Toby Visits the Conservatory. So if I am in your shoe, once I'm through with this, I'm introducing the second one, Toby Visits the Conservatory by the same author. So my job is to help you to raise children who love to read. And how do you do that? You don't need to be a professional storyteller, a professional, you don't even need to be a bookworm. Just gradually introduce books that are not bulky, books that are interesting, that are relatable to your child. Once you do that, and if you're consistent with that, your children will develop the interest in reading. Even if they've not started reading, by the time they start reading, the love is there already, and you see them reading. And what else are we talking about? Their vocabulary will improve, the way they communicate will improve, the way they relate with others will improve. Imagine a child after reading this book, Why Should You Wash Your Hand? Or Why Do You Wash Your Hands? You see your child trying to mimic what is in the book. Washing hands after the toilet, washing hands before eating, washing hands after touching the pet, washing hands before carrying a baby. In fact, the impact is too enormous. We can't finish talking about what children gain when we read storybooks to them, stories they can relate. And what about if you now decide to use the book to teach your child your local language? It is also a very good one. Your child now sees soap and says, "So, mommy, what does soap mean in Igbo? What did we see in that our book?" Very simple. You make reference to the book again, and good. Our book is working. So if you're just joining me or if you're new to my channel, please click on the subscription button. I promise every week I'll be talking about an African story. Believe me when I say African stories are beautiful. We have amazing African stories out there. So I'll be talking about each of these books each week. I will tell you about them, who to use it, and how to use it, how to read them with your children, even if your children are not yet old enough to read. And if they're old enough to read, who makes it better? So for this is for ages 2 to 7. Two cannot read, three cannot read, but you read it with them, they will enjoy listening. And for 5 to 7 that can read, they will enjoy reading this book. You can read it for during bedtime story. You can also read it during read aloud session. And if your child can read, you can just hand over the book to your child. Let the child read, you listen. You're bonding with your child. Your child is learning, and your child will be glad. You're helping your child build a quality or an attribute that will last long. The reading culture is failing, is dwindling rapidly. We might not be able to change the whole world, but in your family, you can make an impact. And what's that impact? Continue to read books with your children. Even if they can read, you can still read with them or read alongside them. Read with them, let them you talk about the books, especially picture books, African stories. If you're an African, the child will relate to the story because the child is seeing him or herself in the story. So this is it about this book. Next week, I have another beautiful African story to talk about. I am not sure I'll be talking about a bilingual story, but I have another beautiful story to talk about. If you enjoyed this review and you want more review in the future, please share this video, click on the subscription button, like it, drop a comment, share this video to other parents who want to raise children who are book lovers. And you have a question, please feel free to send me a question. I am eager to respond to that. Hi, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you. So next week, as I promised, I'll be here again to talk about another African story. So this is the third story I have featured on my page. Do you remember the first one, the second one, and this is the third one? So let's start with the third. This is a bilingual story. Why do you wash your hands? Gini Mereja Kwakage by Olubumi Talabi. The one I reviewed last week was a chapter book, an early chapter book by Evelyn Chinera Ifejora.